the Prud'homme has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Andersen made a wild stab for spell. Here's another shot. Right in front of scores. Andersen has scored for Canada.
It was a tough day yesterday for the Arsenals.
Very tough.
The Gunners.
Typical. They went out typical
Yeah, bro.
English fashion.
Listen, let's just say trust the process, man.
Yeah,
Because every year we've been moving forward in the Champions
getting
League.
better.
Hey, we won the EPL. I know, I get it. We parked the bus a little early. Even I was yelling at it. I'm like, I think we should be a little more aggressive.
I don't know. I feel like the calls weren't going your way either.
What can you do? And if you say that, I mean, everybody's going against us, all laughing at us. But hey, we won the EPL, so you guys can all suck it. That's all I give a shit about. Still gonna be drinking champagne all summer.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll see next year, man. We'll win it next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to other tragic news. Claude Lemieux passed away. It's tough, man. That guy, they already said that he committed suicide.
Suicide, yeah, in Florida.
Shit, man. Like, that. I don't know. Did you follow his career?
Like I knew he was like kind of like the Marchand before Marchand, kind of like that pesky.
Dude, this guy was a legend, man.
Yeah.
He was. He played on the line. Sometimes even past the line. I mean, he won the cup for the Habs in '86, and then he won it in '95 for the Devils.
He won 4 times, right?
He won 4 times. The Devils won. I remember. I think he won the Conn Smythe that year.
Conn Smythe, yeah. That's what
But the one that he won '96 in Colorado, because you know me, I was cheering for as a kid. I was always an Avs fan. Man, he started that Detroit Colorado rivalry. It was because of the hit that he gave Chris Draper. Sorry,
yep.
Chris Draper. He gave Chris Draper that hit, and then it just sparked a huge rivalry. I mean, Colorado came out, won the cup that year. But after that, Colorado and Detroit playing against each other was never the same.
It's crazy, too, because he was at one of the Montreal games, and he was the flag bearer, too, right?
Yeah, game 3.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad.
Tough.
Like,
it was like Monday and then Thursday.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
No, it's crazy because, like, even, like, listening to, you just see the guy, and he seems okay, and then all of a sudden, something like that happens,
we don't really know what happens. I mean, we could
on?
only assume that has something to do with CTE.
Well, that's what they're saying, right? And nice thing that the family did was they donated his brain to I think Boston University and for CTE research.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I watched him. I watched him like since I was a kid. I've seen him like 2000. He won for the Devils. That team was just so annoying to play against. He was on that team, and man, he was that villain before Brad Marchand, as you're saying. He was that villain. Any team he played for, he was that villain. But he had a heck of a career, man. He was a great player. Like, I mean, personally, I don't know that guy or anything, but
yeah, you never know what a person's really going through, right?
It's tough, man. Like, you see him in Montreal. It comes out all of a sudden, all the fans are cheering for him and everything, and then for that to happen is just heartbreaking. Hopefully, everything it's gonna be tough, man, for fans and even for his family too, right?
100%.
Just to go through all that stuff. But best of luck. I hope there's a lot of support around his family and everything. Yeah, but there definitely has to be for CT. I know there's a lot of players that are in the 90s and 2000s, and hopefully, like, I don't know too much if sports in general or even hockey has made an improvement.
Well,
trying to
like
get rid of CT out of the game.
Well, even like you look at like how far equipment has come to, like how much more like helmets are like now they're 3D scanning everyone's head and printing like custom helmets. So hopefully that helps, right? Because I know CT has to do with like head trauma and brain impact. So
yeah,
hopefully that improves things going forward.
Yeah, I mean, you could even see like we could just move on to the Canadiens versus Kane series, and you saw Frederik Andersen breaking down end of the game. Just because he was his first client.
That's right. Because he was an agent too.
So it was a big impact on him, and he had to hold in all those emotions until the series was over. It's tough, man, especially when you have all this personal experience, like personal.
Like you knew the guy.
You knew the
on
guy,
a personal level, right?
On a personal level and everything, and just then you have to go and play the game too as well, and hopefully he tribute that to him, and hopefully he could win it. The Canes could win it for him. That would be very nice. Anyways, let's just break down the entire series with the Canes versus Habs.
Yep.
Right. Do you have any? I mean, it was game 1 came out one way.
Yeah, I think
he just ran away.
I think we talked about it all week. I think it's just like Carolina sitting for a while. Yeah,
I think styles, man. Like, before coming in, I said Habs in 7. You said Canes in 6, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So stylistically, Canes are just, defensively, they're just
Sound.
They just sound.
Yeah.
They're not gonna give you any weaknesses.
1 inch.
Game 1 was the adjustment game. I thought the Habs would break through. After game 2, they would find a way. But then Martin St. Louis just made
he's stuck with it.
Yeah.
If for like this series, I think the main thing is that he got outcoached, right? A lot of people are gonna say he got outcoached because he didn't make any changes, didn't bother like even rotating players like Gallagher was healthy scratch pretty much the whole series, didn't even bother bringing him, just a fresh face, right? Like an energy guy, something. Like
Habs fans don't want to hear this shit about what I'm about to say, but Martin, like I have respect for Martin St. Louis, and I already said it. I want him to be coach of the year for sure. But just watching this series reminding me a lot of what Sheldon Keefe was doing for the Leafs. There was no changes. Just kept going back to the same thing over and over again, back to the well. It wasn't working. They just kept trying and trying. And then I get it. This team is still rebuilding, and they made it far. And we said this series was going to be a huge lessons learned for them.
Yeah.
And I think especially for Martin St. Louis, I think he should look on the other side, Rob Brindamore, saying, I got a lot to learn. And hopefully this offseason, he goes and makes those corrections himself to become a better coach. But I saw a lot with Sheldon Keefe. This is what he did in that series, too, against Florida Panthers.
Well, even looking at the Montreal team, I feel like a lot of their success this playoff was like on the back of Dobish.
Yeah.
Right? I felt like he kind of like carried them and kind of pushed them through.
But I think the first 2 series, it wasn't just Dobish. They were finding heroes in every line.
But 100%.
But then you just noticed, in the series with Carolina, they kept having like 3 turnovers in their own end. They just kept making space. Carolina was just not giving them anything. Instead of just playing simple hockey, breaking out simple, get into the blue line, just take a shot on net. Just, try to rattle Andersen. I felt like he was so comfortable the entire series.
Well, he's really only getting like 12 shots. I know Montreal hit the post quite a bit, but they don't count those as shots, right? So
no, but even if it's 12 shots, but I'm telling you, there were like 10 other opportunities where they could have shot it. And then you're just seeing these dumb passes where it's going to nobody. That was a turnover.
I think like 100% is because they couldn't generate anything, so they thought they had to probably go like a little bit fancier, trying to open up more space.
But that just kept making it worse and worse, right?
It kept compounding.
Yeah, it's like when you got an anaconda that's just squeezing you,
and you're trying to struggle and get loose, and it's getting tighter and tighter.
That's literally what Carolina just kept doing. It just kept squeezing them out, and until they had no air.
Well, even what was I gonna say? I was talking about Carolina. Like I think they set Montreal set the lowest amount of shots.
Yeah.
In a series or something.
I don't even think it was just because Carolina wasn't giving them anything. There were chances where, yes, it would have just been a flutter and nothing would have happened. But if they just took those shots, off bounces, try to crash a net, maybe spray some snow at Andersen or something just to rattle. Nothing. There was nothing going on.
Well, one thing
they kept on the outside the entire game.
Yeah.
There was no corrections to what Brindamore was making. And
there was that side of it too. And I even like at home, this playoffs, they had like a horrendous like home record too. It's like they could win a game at home. I don't know if it's just like, you're in that Montreal crowd. Like, sure, it's crowd, but I felt like the players, they just felt so much pressure to kind of win, right?
Big shout outs to Chatfield. I think Keandre Miller had a heck of a series. Wow. New York Rangers just lost a key guy. Like, they thought that he was maybe going to be one of those problems where he wasn't worth the money. But, man, I think he was the highlight for Carolina. Underrated. And you saw after the game, right, with him and his baby and everything.
Oh, yeah, just taking it all and soaking it all
that
up.
was adorable, man.
Yeah.
It gets to any fan, right? It's like, end of the day, they're family men, But, I just think those two just shut it down. Chatfield was just, he was very noticeable. That guy was taking like 4 or 5 shots a game. But, yeah. Just Habs have a lot to learn. They're still a very young team. They're going to have to go back in the offseason. I mean, we'll talk about it maybe in the next few weeks, what the improvements they got to make and everything. But still, it's a successful season for the Habs, you can say.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Especially because, like, one thing I kind of hope they don't do is, like, think that they're just on the cusp of, like, kind of breaking through. And, like, I don't want them to, like, rush. Yeah. Don't rush and, like, give up some of your young prospects and stuff, because they have a lot of prospects that's still earning with the big club, right? So don't, like, kind of leverage your future. I think just trust the process. And next year, a couple of these guys are going to come up, right, and play with the team.
It may not even be next year, but when you're looking at their, of
future.
course, when you're comparing them with the Canes, a lot of fans are going to be like, well, the Habs are too small. They have to get bigger. So they shouldn't just try to run away from their philosophy and just get rid of players. I don't think that's the right way to go at it. I honestly think they should only make 1 or 2 minor changes.
Well, even
then just move on next year, because these players had a lot to learn. So you got to also trust them to learn next year to get even better than they were this year. So Demidov's still a rookie. Next year's going to come. He's going to learn from this, right? And you have to go from that. You got to be a little patient, especially in big markets. Just get
they're so young, right? I think they're like the 3rd youngest team in the NHL. So, they have a bright future.
Yeah. So pretty clear series. We can move on to the next one, which finished a couple of days before that, which was the Vegas and Colorado series. That was just stunning.
Yeah.
To practically everybody.
Stunning. You could say stunning, shocking.
Shock. I think this is the biggest shock in the entire playoffs. Just getting swept. Colorado just kept getting worse and worse. As
I was
going to
say it's just how easy Vegas beat Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Like kind of shocking.
Game 1, you just thought Colorado's going to come back. They lost. Game 2, it was a dud. Game 3, they're up 3-0. Ended up costing a 3-goal lead. Vegas comes back, wins. Game 4, you just, within, I'll say like a minute into the first period, you're like, wow, this series is over. Like there is no life in them.
Yeah.
It's just gone. Same thing with the Habs situation with here. It felt like the Cobra thing. They just kept strangling them, and they just had no other solutions. No coaching adjustments. Nothing. They just kept going back to the well.
Well, even like a lot of people are gonna say, oh, like Makar and McKinnon, they're both like hurt. They're playing hurt, and they're not 100%.
But that's playoffs, man.
But that's playoffs, right? And
Mark Stone came back the same time that Makar did, right?
Yeah. And
I get it. You got other stars.
That's what I was just gonna say. You got other players. Like other players got to step up. They're
all disappeared. Kadri disappeared. Kadri wasn't even throwing hits. He wasn't even physical anymore. You could say sure, maybe he wasn't injured. Nichushkin, same thing, but then he was injured. He didn't play game 4. You got Lehkonen, completely invisible, nowhere to be seen. Landeskog, the captain, was the only guy who showed up. The only guy who was performing, and then like you clearly saw Devin Taves without Makar, right? Devin Taves couldn't move. They couldn't move the puck the way that they typically do. The team looks totally different.
No.
And then when you start trickling down the rest of defense, you start seeing holes.
One thing I did notice was that last game, game 4, Blackwood had like a pretty solid game.
Blackwood should have came in after game 2.
I was gonna say, because he made some crazy saves just to keep him in there, right?
And we talked about this annoying thing. If a team is going 50-50 split the entire year with 2 goaltenders, you cannot go in the playoffs just run 1 goalie.
No.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, all the pundits and everybody saying, like, no, you got to still, end of the day, you got to choose your 1 goalie, and then you got to roll with them.
Yeah.
Every team that has split goaltenders and they want to go with 1 goalie typically ends up losing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you saw the Swayman-Ullmark situation. They were splitting with Boston. They had that sick team. They should have went into the playoffs, split. Game 1, 1 guy. Game 2, doesn't matter if you win or lose. You just keep doing that because that's the rhythm that these goaltenders are in.
Yeah.
So why are you breaking this? It makes no sense because Blackwood was technically the 1A. He got injured. I get it. Wedgwood ran with it. But you should have, throughout the entire playoffs, should have been running 1A, 1B. Should have kept doing that. Kept the same pattern. Keep what's making you successful. Why are you changing the formula?
Or even like, just switch, give just a fresh, something fresh. Yeah. Change it up, right?
Yeah, but you could even say after game 1, you could have flipped them to Blackwood and just kept flipping back and forth.
Yeah. Or just like, give Blackwood a couple games and stuff like that. Because I felt like they needed something to change. Like maybe even like adjusting the lineups a little bit. But
yeah. Because think about it. In the regular season, you're splitting. The amount of games you are playing, and according to what you're playing in the playoffs, there's way more games in the playoffs because you're playing pretty much every other day constantly. There's no breaks. At least sometimes in the regular season, you'll get like a 2-game break, right? And then in the playoffs, you don't get it unless you win the series.
Yep.
So why are you're like now throwing your goaltenders into a completely different jam? It doesn't work that way, man.
One more thing too, the President's Trophy curse.
Yeah, it's continuing, man.
Continuing.
Yeah. I don't know. Even Colorado, they're when you're looking at the Habs, Colorado, and what Toronto used to be with their run and gun, the stylistically very similar. And you're looking at Vegas and Carolina, the styles that they work, it's and Florida is very playoff. It's created for the playoffs, and it only works when you're playing other teams that are just as fast as you or play that style.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It ends up when you clash with one of these teams,
It's like you have
We
you
have
have
enough,
no
we have enough,
backup.
yeah, and we have enough sample size now.
Yeah.
I get it. Like I wanted the call. I think if Colorado Habs played in the finals, it would have been electrifying. It would have been fast. Going like you would have seen back and forth scoring. A lot of guys breaking out. But now when you're gonna see Vegas and Kane, I know a lot of fans don't want to see the chess match because it slows it down, becomes very defensive. But whoever dictates the pace is gonna win the series.
100%.
Right? So I think this series is actually going to be very interesting. It's going to go
be
far.
close. I think
it's
so.
going to be close, low scoring, a lot of hits, a lot of blocks, not a lot of space. So
Carolina has home ice, right?
Carolina has home ice.
It might just be a series where, like, the home team just keeps winning at home.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Honestly, like you could make a case for both teams to win the cup, and it's very close.
Yeah.
You won't be wrong.
Yep.
With the what is it called? Like what's the word? If you give your if you analyze both teams and you want to break it down and you want to tell me why the Kings are going to win or why the Golden Knights are going to win, I think you're going to be like, yeah, you're right in both ways.
Oh yeah,
But it's just hard to tell because one coach is going to come with one strategy. And then John Tortorella most likely going to be like, all right, he did this. I'm going to fix this next game. And then Brendan Moore is going to come back game 3 and say, all right, I'm going to make this adjustment. There's just going to be adjustments after adjustments. It's going to be a coaching
There's going to be a chess
battle.
match, like you just said, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be fun for a real hockey fan just to see what corrections they make and just watch it.
I would say wearing green and red, hoping Christmas comes early for Calgary and then Vegas wins and we get that second change to a first.
That's why you're wearing the Calgary Flames jersey.
That's it. So you already know who I'm cheering for. I know it's kind of hard because Marner's thing, but I don't have anything against Marner. So.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. How are you going to shut down Marner, right? Is Slavin going to be on it? DeAndre Miller going to be on him, right? And then on the other end.
The good thing about like Carolina is like I feel like their defensemen, like they have like 3 or 4 guys that can kind of keep up with.
Shut it down.
Or shut them down.
Yeah. Very smart and very. And even if you look at the forward lines, all 4 have been contributing. But at the same time with Vegas's 4 lines now, like the bottom 3 starting to wake up as the series is being going on. Like especially this last series, you're starting to see Colasar get up.
That's what I was just gonna say.
And Hurdle's becoming a pest. Like he's waking up again. So it's gonna be interesting, man.
No,
which team is gonna be the consistent team or the one that's really waking up?
Well, even like it's crazy too because Vegas they had a couple like long series.
Yeah.
And Carolina, like what they played, 13 games.
It's 4.
4 and 5.
13.
So 13 games. So I think Carolina is the
but
Vegas team.
But Vegas had now a bigger break, right?
Yeah.
It's coming into the finals. And the games are going to start tomorrow. But when we release it, it's going to be, right then. Like when we release it at 4 p.m., the games are going to start at
right before
7, 8. So, yeah, we're going to have this breakdown. But anyways, who do you have winning this? I know you're hoping that Vegas
honestly,
wins. But who do you see winning?
I think Carolina.
You think Carolina?
Honestly, like, I feel like the way, like, remember we were talking about it and you're like, oh, when they face Montreal, this team's going to, like, they're going to actually face a real challenge. Honestly, I don't think they haven't had one tough challenge so far.
Yeah.
With the teams they've played. And they've just, like, kind of, like, cruised through
at the same time, you could say the same thing about Vegas. Like,
I don't know. I feel like Vegas.
They had a little bit in Utah, but then they figured them out, broke out. The Ducks, they just pretty much ran right through them. The Avs, you could say they're depleted in the other series or whatever you want to say, the injuries or whatever, but it looks like Vegas pretty much shut everybody down, gave no space, and that was a cakewalk too as well.
Yeah.
So you could kind of say the same thing. They haven't really had true adversity unless it was the first.
I think Carolina's coming in a bit more healthier as well than Vegas. Like they're a bit more fresh, but honestly, like you go either way. But like my heart's kind of saying, like I want Vegas to win, so Calgary gets the first, but.
Vegas does they're going to try to use some pace to open the game up while Canes don't need it.
Well,
they'll just keep volume shooting.
Well, even Carolina, like they got fast guys too, right?
Yeah.
Like Blake and even like they got great puck moving defensemen like young kid Nikishin playing well. And then even their goaltending like Andersen lights out. Usually in the past, like he has like a game where he kind of collapses and then from there on it's kind of like shaky.
But he hasn't been tested at all.
But still, like
Carter Hart has been tested.
I was gonna say, but you can only.
But he's been amazing.
You can only save what gets shot at you, right?
No,
so
agreed. You can't take that away from him. But now you're gonna be, you're going against a team that also quite likes to shoot too. Not as much as Carolina. I don't think anybody loves shooting more than Carolina does. But it's gonna be interesting when you're gonna see Marner's craftiness and you see Mark Stone as a two-way player, and then Eichel with his playmaking abilities.
I don't know, man. I just feel like Carolina's just gonna grind them down, man. Like they did
Yeah.
with pretty much every team, just
Yeah.
grind them down.
You know, you can say both teams are destined to win the cup this year. You got the villains. I think now, the Vegas are the villains.
Mm-hmm.
You got Leaf fans completely going against Marner, right?
Yeah.
And then the fact that Vegas is finding so much success in such like a young team that they are. So the entire league is going against them. And then the Canes, on the other hand, like they've been fighting adversity after adversity, trying to get past the semis. And now they did. Like it looks like they're destined, and Marner's destined because of the Tyler Bozak and the Phil Kessels.
Well, even like
all those guys winning the first year.
even with Carolina, right? Like the biggest thing for them was Florida wasn't in the playoffs, right? So like, everyone's like, if they don't make it to the finals this year,
Do you think the Buffalo Sabres would have given any much of a challenge?
I think they would have been tougher for Carolina.
Just physically, right?
Because just physically, I think there would have been a tougher matchup, 100%.
And then what about from the other side? Do you think Minnesota Wild would have given a better battle?
I think so. Because I think the same thing.
Stylistically,
Just
right?
stylistically, they would have been more physical.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's shocking. Like everyone, I think, majority of people had Colorado just
That's crazy. The two teams that are in the finals are the ones who are coming out of the easiest divisions.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like everybody else beat each other up until these teams just walk right through.
Walk
everyone,
right through, yeah.
So hopefully they fix that division, no problem, man. Because I don't know, it does need to be fixed. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse of why these teams are there. I'm just saying fix that. But the teams that made it to the finals, they deserve it.
No,
the way
100%.
they've been playing, they deserve it. That's just strategy wise and what they've been doing to
Obviously,
their
Brendan will
opponents has
win.
been brilliant.
He won as a player now.
Yeah.
Hopefully he wins.
And then when you're looking at Conn Smythe from both sides, I think it's either Mitch Marner or Carter Hart from one side. You could choose either or. I think they're rock stars.
I was just saying, like, even like the big nice kind of story, like sure, like Carter Hart, he kind of had like a little bit of adversity with like the court case and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but to like kind of bounce back from that, like like a lot of people it's kind of controversial because a lot of people are like kind of on both sides of the whole situation, but like just to come back from that and have the year he had, like just as like a player and as a fan of like just hockey, like it's kind of nice, right?
Yeah, and of course you could say the same thing with Mitch Marner. He's been leading the team. Even the games that the rest of the players are not really waking up or not doing anything, contributing. He's been the one that's been there.
100%. And it's not even like on just scoring key goals or like making key passes. Like defensively, you can argue like he's kind of kept them in it. I think that one game, what was that against?
I've not seen him make any. Like I haven't seen a play that I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, like
what did you just do there? Like I haven't seen any of that.
No,
he's been creating space for everybody
100%.
else.
You don't
he's
have
been making the right passes.
Yeah, he doesn't have that Marner backhand no look. Doesn't do that anymore.
No, he hasn't done anything. I mean, we'll see with the Canes with the pressure and everything. But I think it's safe to say that Marner he's been lights out for Vegas, and if Vegas does win it, Conn Smythe, like I could definitely see him winning it. And for the Canes, who do you think would be the Conn Smythe winner? Like if you had to choose,
Conn Smythe, man. Like I was gonna say, like it could be either Taylor Hall. Like he had such a good like early in the playoffs, and now like as we get later, I'm thinking maybe like Shesterkin, right? Not Shesterkin. What's his name?
Frederik Andersen?
No, not Anderson. What's up?
Svechnikov?
Svechnikov.
You think he?
No,
would?
not Svechnikov. The other one, the one that came from. Jeez, I'm so bad with names. Stankoven.
Holy smokes, dude! Your
Your
name is from one to the other. I can't tell what the hell you're talking about.
I knew it started with an S, and then I'm like Shesterkin. I'm like, no.
You know how many S's are on this team?
Yeah, there's so many. Svechnikov, and then I'm like, no, it's not. Because in my head I had Svechnikov, and I'm like, no, it's not him.
No,
I'm like, it starts with Stankoven.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. No, he's been playing lights out and scoring key goals.
But I think it's harder for the Canes to choose one because every series it seems like there has been somebody else.
Yeah.
Logan Stankoven, I think that was best series was the first one against Ottawa.
Yeah.
Even you could say with the second series with Philadelphia was great. This third series, I still think it was Keandre Miller personally. So it's hard. I think with Canes, it's all gonna matter about the finals.
Well, even like
what player breaks out is
I was
gonna
gonna
be
say even Chatfield, man, he's been shutting it down. Like it's like he might not be on the stat sheet, but like just like his impact to the game, it's like it's
hard. It's hard to choose one. It's hard to choose one. I mean, I don't know if you could give it to Frederik Andersen just with the low amount of volume shots.
He's just made saves.
I think by end of the day, it could be Logan Stankoven. I could see him. I think he's been the best player so far.
Shesterkin.
Now the fact that we're done with talking about the NHL, and it's gonna be interesting. By the time we have the next episode, either it'll be over, the series will be
you never know.
over.
It could be a sweep.
It could be a sweep, or we're talking about maybe game 5 or 6, and then that will be the last episode until the season's over.
Let's move on to NHL, OHL.
Exactly. So now I just think, the OHL draft's happening June 12th, and we're planning on going to Kingston to watch it. So felt like this episode would be perfect. Let's talk about like the top prospects moving up in this draft, and maybe just talk about what the scouts are saying about them. Because even me, I got to watch highlights and everything, but you don't truly get to see exactly who they are. But all you could do is to kind of trust the scouting reports. So we can just go through all that.
I was going to say the craziest thing too is like it's like 15, 16-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like they still have such a long period in their development before, they make the big show.
Yeah.
But like it's like you're trying to kind of evaluate these players now, and the next 4 or 5 years they could completely turn around, or even someone like that's not highly touted, he could come through, and then afterwards could be like a future star, right?
It's just like it's a really cool point in their lives right now.
100%.
Just to go to OHL,
Yeah,
because that's a huge stepping stone moving forward.
Well, even with the draft, I think that's nice this year. I think this is like the first time in a while where they're actually doing like a actual draft with like the players there and stuff like that. So I think for them it's kind of like cool, because it's kind of experience for them as well, right?
Yeah, they get to see how to become a professional just at another level as well. And we could just start talking about the first top end prospect according to the scouting report, which is Tanner Adams. He is 15. He's 15 years old actually right now.
Yep.
And he's 194 pounds. He's 6'1", plays center. You're gonna notice it in this draft. It's pretty much all centers and just one defenseman.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's crazy how big, like a couple of these kids, like we're gonna talk about too. It's like how big they are. They're only like 15, 16.
Holy smokes, dude! Even this.
What are they feeding him?
Yeah, like he plays at the Hill. He plays at the Hill Academy right now, and I think Mitch Marner played here, the Hill Academy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, under 16 AAA team. So he had 88 points. I think it was like 88 points in 52 games. Right.
That's right.
He played in the OHL Cup.
The Cup. Okay.
Yeah, I think he had like 4 goals.
That's
like 4 goals. 6 goals in 4 games. Racked up 24 penalty minutes.
That's not.
Yeah, this kid, like, they're saying like he plays big. And generally, like, typically what they've been comparing him to is like a Tom Wilson type. Yeah, he's a big boy, and he just steamrolls, uses his physical body.
Sgro too.
Yeah. So you want to pull out his
let's watch his highlight package.
Watch his highlight. Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm just looking at him compared to the other center. I'm like, geez, he's a big boy, eh?
Yeah. He's just he plays physical. He's considered the most physical player in this draft.
He looks big. Like he looks
a really
like
good shot too.
No, and even he has good hands. I'm just looking at his hands, and he looks like he can, kind of dangle around some guys. But the biggest thing that kind of stood out to me, like you said, was his size. I'm like watching him take a face off against the other center, and the other center is like at his chest.
Yeah, he's a quick release too. Like he has one of the best shots. Like he drives right through the defenders. You could push him off easily.
It's one thing that's like gonna be interesting to see with him is like now he's big, right, and he's kind of playing against like smaller guys, because it's kind of like I think the skill level not skill level, but like it varies a lot when you're playing like youth minor hockey, right? But the interesting part's gonna see like how is he gonna use his size, or will that even like kind of help him in his game when he's playing against guys that are bigger or just as big as him, right?
He's pretty much fully grown.
Yeah.
If you look at his size, right?
Yeah.
Like even at this size, he just needs to like work on a couple of other things. So his issue is pretty much what Tom Wilson's issue is. Like he gets overly aggressive. He starts taking a lot of penalties. That's the only downside to this kid right now. Like everything else is like he knows he uses his size right. He has good amount of speed. He's the most OHL ready prospect out of all of them. That's like pretty much coming out of all these scouts. Even his former coach at Timmins Major said that he's the best player I've ever coached. So that's pretty much high praise coming from there as well.
No, like I think like you said it all, right? Like the biggest things that I noticed is just like the size. His good hands. I saw him like just in the video now that we watched. Really good release.
Yeah, there's some other like short videos you could watch of him as well. They're even like even his playmaking abilities. Like he could read the play very quick too. His vision's really good. Hockey IQ is good. I think hockey IQ is typically the thing
that separates players, right?
Yeah, it's a tool you just can't teach. It's like either you have it or you don't, right? If you have that, and I feel like if there's other things you need to work on, you can work on that. Size, yeah, of course, like the height-wise is harder.
100%.
But I think you could still add like mass and everything if you need to. But I think the hockey IQ is the most important thing I'm looking for.
You know what I mean? Like skating, you can always work on getting becoming a fast skater. Even edge work, like, making sharper turns and stuff, you can always practice on that.
Yeah.
Shooting, always practice on that. It's just like that IQ thing. It's kind of like, you either have it or you don't. Right?
Yeah, like you like the Tom Wilson comparison, I was saying, like the physical play that he does, but at the same time with that body, like the shooting abilities of like a Matthew Tkachuk. Like I would put that. Of course, these are just comparables as an OHL. Like think about all the comparables I'm saying. I'm just saying it at an OHL level, right?
Even like
That's
I'm
still
thinking
impressive.
like older player, like kind of like an Eric Lindros, right? When he came through, like bigger kid coming through, and he has like skill a little bit too, right? So
yeah. So it's gonna be fun because next year we're gonna get to see him. We'll see. I think Oshawa is most likely going to end up drafting him. Oshawa's going first, right? So,
yeah, I think so. I know. I
believe Oshawa was the last. Oh, they were the worst team this year.
I know.
Assuming they will be drafting him.
Mississauga has third. Which draft order?
Mississauga. You mean Brampton?
Brampton.
Yes. You forgot they moved.
Yeah.
Like I think Elite Prospects considers this guy the most OHL ready.
Yeah, Oshawa and then Erie, Brampton, Sarnia. So we'll talk about thing, but
yeah, we'll talk about that after.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's still 15.
Yeah. So is he gonna get exceptional status?
Yeah, he's getting drafted this year. Okay. Yeah.
So
So the second kid on this list is Kane Gauthier. He's 16 years old. He's 5'11", I think 150 pounds. So he's totally different than Tanner is. Like this kid is he's more crafty, right? He plays for Vaughan Kings under 16 AAA team as well. He recorded 32 goals, things like 58 points in 33 games this year. Same thing, OHL. He played in the OHL Cup, had 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. Yeah, so this guy is more like edge work. He's like very explosive, right? And just technically more refined. So you're getting a completely different player depending on what you're looking for. You can also put on his highlights as well. Just watch his highlights. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Just rely.
What's his like comparables?
What did I have him as? His comparable is Logan Cooley and a young Mitch Marner. So it's just a blend of both. That's what I have him as. Like his hockey IQ is really good. He can manipulate plays very quickly. So he has very good vision as well.
Another ad. Need to upgrade the preview. But no, 100%. Like just like based off what you're talking about, it seems like it's like completely different way. He plays center as well, or
he plays center as well.
Okay.
They're all centers, pretty much, and except one defenseman. But same thing. He could navigate the traffic. He could kind of get away from everything. Decision making is really good. It's like overall, like offensively, he's just a dangerous weapon.
I would say he's still, like you said, 5'11", right?
5'11", yeah.
Oh, still a big kid.
Yeah, of course. 16. I think all these kids, they all grow until they're like 19. So we don't truly know what their size is going to be until then.
It's crazy how like good these kids are.
Yeah.
Right? Like this kid still has braces and stuff.
Yeah. Just offensively, this kid, he has all the tools offensively. Yeah. Just like the downside that scouts typically say about him is that sometimes that level, he can't keep that same level every shift. So they sometimes see it here and there. So he just needs like that.
More consistency.
Consistency has to be there. Yeah. But overall, like in this draft, he's considered like the most electrifying.
Okay.
In this draft. So you got to see him?
Yeah, I got to see him.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I was going to say, he made a couple, like I just seen just a couple like really nice passes, like you were saying. And even just his skating, like that's like the biggest thing, right? Like he's good edge work. He's like able to get around players, kind of more shiftier player than what's his name that we talked about earlier?
Tanner?
Tanner, yeah.
Tanner Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're gonna talk about maybe in the OHL, not next year, maybe the year after, you're talking about like a point per game kind of guy. Like you could see him just reaching the top of the charts. Sure. So yeah, as I said, Logan Cooley is a comparable. Mitch Marner is a comparable. He just plays like that. He's a little crafty. So depending on what you want, but yeah, you got this highly skilled player. We'll see how it goes with him. Number 3 is Adrian. How do you say it?
Sandholm, right? Or something?
No. Sgro.
Oh, Sgro.
Yeah.
Sgro.
Yeah. Sgro. Yeah. He's 16, 6 foot, 185 pounds. He's a very mobile defenseman.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah.
A good puck moving defenseman too.
Yeah. Also Vaughan Kings as well for them. 10 goals, 21 assists, 31 games. Sorry, 31 points in 33 games. He racked up 100 penalty minutes, man. This guy gets physical. 1 goal, 2 assists in 4 OHL, the OHL Cup games. Like elite prospects too. I think they say like he could play every situation, right? Like he could play offensively. He retrieves pucks in motion. He's really good at transition as well. Like mobility, he could defend rushes. Like even him, when you go like watch him too, like he wants to idolize his game like Zach Werenski does. But if I had to put a comparable, like because this kid's so reliable, you put him in every situation, I would put more like Devon Taves. Like it seems like he's kind of going towards that direction. The only thing is like this downside is that I think scouts were saying that maybe at a high level offensively, he may not get there because he may be more of a two-way defenseman. But
like
I mean,
Taves,
nobody
right?
really knows that. He's still young.
It was young. You
right?
can add that to his
and
game.
he can become a Zach Werenski. So we don't know, but it's just I think they're more looking at him as being a more of a situational two-way defenseman.
One thing like I noticed watching his highlights like earlier is just like he's able to move the puck really well.
Yeah.
And he's able to, like, you know, from his own end, skate into the opposite end, kind of like start the rush, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I really noticed.
Yeah. And even the scouts are saying, like, his hockey IQ is, like, his best trait. Like, he's just a very smart player. He could read plays very quickly.
Well, and for a defenseman, it's important because not only, like, you want the hockey IQ in the off, but just to be able to read plays and, like, you know, pick off passes and stuff like that on the defensive
Yeah,
end
he just
too.
plays under pressure. Like, he could play, like, he's very calm under pressure.
Yep.
Which is, I think that's usually a trait when you start getting into a higher and higher level. Usually that's the first thing starts breaking up, like starts breaking, separating. Like if you can't play under pressure, that's usually the thing. Doesn't matter if you have skating abilities or anything else. Usually if you can't play under pressure, then everything else starts falling apart.
No, and I think for a defenseman, it's like a very key trait to have, right? Because like, you know, if a forward turns over the puck or something like that, you still have the defenseman. But if you turn it over as a defenseman, it's only the goalie, right? So I think it's a key trait to have as a defenseman.
Yeah. So he was also just to say, but like for Vaughn, he was also the captain. So
Okay.
Leadership ability, especially with the team that they have this year. Like the leadership is definitely there too. So you could maybe see him in the future
Becoming a captain.
So that's a good.
That's an additional trait, right?
Additional trait, exactly. Overall, the one thing I've just seen with the scouts is like this is pretty much the defenseman that every OHL coach wants because you could just play him at any time and he just understands assignments. So that's good, man. I think, if you have a very likable player by coaches, I mean, what else do you want from a player? So there is a chance that he moves up in this draft, depending on, you know, who wants him.
Or what a team needs, right?
Yeah, team needs, right? Like, I'm not really sure about what all these teams need, but he's a kid that could definitely move up to see that. Well, I was saying Devon Taves, but they're also saying, like, the puck moving ability sometimes, like, offensively, they also do see a little spark in Jake Sanderson.
Okay.
Like, that's maybe... So that's still a big difference, right? I mean, if you turn into a Jake Sanderson, why can't you turn into a Zach Werenski? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's so young.
Oh yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, as long as he's just working and focusing. And
well, even like the way he plays, right? You think like a modern NHL defenseman.
Yeah,
I think like he kind of fits into that kind of archetype, right? Where like, you know, you want your defenseman to be able to move the puck, kind of like you mentioned earlier. Like, you know, he's he doesn't crumble under pressure when he has it, or like, you know, he's in like behind the net and stuff like that, which is solid. And the biggest thing I noticed is his ability to kind of lead the rush, right?
Yeah. Prospect number 4, Arjun Nanubhai.
Yep.
And it's funny about talk about him, but I was walking at lunchtime to go meet one of my buddies from work, and then I bumped into his uncle.
Oh, no way.
He tapped me on the shoulder, and he just started talking to me about the fact that he has heard that we're talking about him. I was kind of surprised that, you know, how do we get to hear him? But yeah, we're big, you know, prospect fans, and the fact that he's a minority as well, just give him a little push. This is awesome. You know, if he gets drafted, I think if he gets drafted in the top 5, he's considered the highest South Asian to be drafted in history. So I think Manny Motrag went number 7. Caleb went number 6.
Well, even Caleb, and then Prick was up there.
Prick
too,
was 29, I think.
Okay.
He went later. In the first. So Arjun could make history, man.
No, it would be crazy.
Yeah. So same thing. He's 16, right? He's 5'10". He's 150 pounds. lighter side, 5'10". I still think that he has a room to grow. You can most likely
fill
out. Maybe see him at being 6 foot, 6'1". Centerman, same thing as well. Played for Mississauga Senators, as you know, under 16 AAA team. 22 goals, 25 assists, 47 points, and 32 games. You want to put on his highlights as well?
Let's watch.
Yeah, let's watch it. So Elite Prospects describes his game as like a more he has very explosive skating, acceleration as well, crossovers exceptional. He could just change directions, maintaining speed. What else? He could just whenever he's cutting, crisscrossing, he could. That's like usually his strength of how he gets away from the defenders. So same thing. What he was saying, his favorite player is Nathan McKinnon, which we talked about before. So that's pretty much what Nathan McKinnon does too, edge work. Right, that's kind of what he's trying to idolize his game as. I'll say he's very comfortable skating with the puck in the neutral zone.
What a goal!
Yeah.
He's very shifty too.
He's very crafty.
That's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, like even when he's crisscrossing, sometimes he draws in the defender and then he opens up the play for his teammates.
Even like defensively, like there's a couple plays where he's just skating back and back checking. Like that's not talked about enough with these kids, right? Kind of setting those what's the word I'm looking for? Those not traits, those behaviors or that work ethic or whatever. Like setting that young, and rather than having to develop it, like a player already has that coming up.
And really with nice. Him, so it's cool when you look at all these kids. Every single kid is having some special ability that kind of stands out against the rest of them. Like this kid is just compete level. Like he 100%. Competes every shift. That's that's what the scouts are saying right now, right? That compared to any of the other skilled forwards, even when they're playing against like the highest level of like when they're playing the best of the best teams, typically like he's the one that always shows up, even if his team doesn't, but he always ends up showing up. So that's a really good trait to have in a player. He back checks, forechecking aggressively. He battles through contact, even for his small size. Like I still battles like he plays player. Bigger than he is.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
One thing I also noticed just watching his highlights too, it's like he always finds like he's always in the right place at the right time, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's like, in front of the net, like a couple times I was watching and he's just like in the right spot for a rebound.
Yeah.
And, just tap in or, just shoot it back in on net. But like, that's what I'm kind of noticing.
Just having high IQ with compete level, like that thing, that's when it comes to traits, those are maybe the two deadly traits to have next to each other. Because if you have both of those, man, especially if you find the right coach, if you get drafted to the right team with the right coach and you have those two things, like you could really improve.
Yeah. Right? I was going to say like Mississauga is like in third. I keep saying Mississauga. I'm so used to being Mississauga. Yeah, Brampton. They're in like the third spot, kind of hoping like, they kind of take him because I think, not only for him, but I think just for the community because Brampton's big Indian community. I think it would kind of be good for the Steelheads too, right? Maybe get some more people into those seats and then like kind of see one of your own guys, right?
Yeah.
You were talking about McKinnon, right?
No. Well, McKinnon. So McKinnon is the player that he wants to be like. He likes to play like him, but I would say he's more. I would say Dylan Larkin, which is speed wise not far apart. Of course, you got McKinnon as the edge work, but I think with Dylan Larkin, especially defensively, just the way he plays, you could say more like Dylan Larkin. That's not a knock on him.
100%.
That's amazing.
I was going to say Dylan Larkin is one of the most underrated players, I think, and no one talks about him enough, right?
Exactly. So just the way speed wise, just transition offensively, just puck pursuit too. It seems based on what I've been seeing with the scouting report, that's where it seems like he's pushing for is Dylan Larkin. So. Yeah, best of luck to him, and
we're rooting for you, both of us.
We're rooting for you, man. Wherever you get drafted, we'll definitely be watching. I mean, all these kids, we're definitely gonna be watching them. It's gonna be pretty cool. Maybe in the next few years, when we're, we talked about these kids, we understand and we watch them in the OHL. It's like we're part of the journey with them, and
100%.
see where they head, right?
Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool. So number 5 is Logan Prud'homme, right? You could say
Prud'homme.
Yeah, this kid is unbelievable. He's 6'7", 220 pounds, man. Yeah, he's only
6'7".
6'7". Yeah. He's 15, bro. He's still 15. I think he turned 16 in September.
That's nuts.
It's nuts. He played for Upper Canada College under 16 AAA team. Centerman, shoots right. 69 games. He has 96 points. 6 games. He has 8 points in the OHL Cup. That's what he has had. So yeah, put on his highlights too. So you get to see.
This
him.
guy's big.
He's, you know what's funny? So he idolized his game after Tage Thompson,
Yeah.
right? And I would say his comparables also Tage Thompson as well. It's just like Tage Thompson, right?
Tage Thompson's what, 6'5", 6'4"?
No, he's bigger than
He's
that.
bigger than that?
He's bigger than that. Yeah. That guy's massive. And you could...
Oh, God.
Look at him.
He's almost taller than the boards. The glass.
Yeah. I told you. Yeah. He's so good at, using his body the way he's supposed to, just controlling the puck.
Bro, this guy doesn't even have to jump to get over the boards.
Yeah.
He just literally
steps over.
Yeah.
Steps over, man. Like, it's just his soft hands too. Just like for a big guy, even in tight corners, you could see him just taking the puck and actually dangling.
Yeah.
For his size.
I was gonna say, how's his like skating and speed? Like, because that's what I was gonna say. The challenging with
that's always for a big guy. That's typically what it is. It's always the acceleration, like the first few steps, right? And agility is usually the one that's holding him back.
Yeah.
But I mean, like usually that's usually the most difficult point to improve on. But just he's only 15, man. 15 years old, going to OHL. He has the body. He's not gonna get pushed around. So he can work hard.
I was gonna say, I think
man.
two guys on him might not be enough, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But he's just stick check defensively, physically. He will take the puck off you, and he gets very he pushes the play, right? Sorry, he pushes the play.
And players too, probably.
Yeah, man. But yeah, he just uses his body to just kind of control the puck and the pace, and you just can't get the puck off this guy. So what are you gonna do, right?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Of course, with the size comes net front presence.
Yeah.
He bullies his way in, then defenders can't box him out now.
Box him out, yeah.
Of course. Good at deflecting. He fights for the pucks in the corners, wins a lot of puck battles. That's what you're going to get. At least he knows how to use his body, and he's using that for his advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to work his way, right? Sometimes you could be a big guy and you just don't know, even at a young age, how to use it. You're trying to make your game into something that you can't. Like, you're trying to be a guy like maybe Jack Hughes, but how could you be when your size is so big and some guys start playing softer? But
100%.
at least he knows how to use his body and push that. So the next thing he just needs to work on is his speed. Just start working on that. I think he lives on campus too. So pretty much what I read was he just gets to get free buffets and everything. So he's just eating.
He's just gonna get bigger and bigger.
He's gonna get bigger. I don't know how much.
Hopefully he's eating right. But
eating right, exactly, right? So just strength wise, he knows reach. He's good at, and I think that's the reason why I think teams are maybe gonna push to draft this guy a little earlier, maybe even before 5. Just the fact that he's just already body wise.
So do you think he'll be
OHL.
like more of a project player, or do you think he already has like attributes and stuff like that?
I don't think you could say that. You can any of these players. You can't say anything about the NHL. It's still a very far away. I think you gotta take it one step at a time. You're looking at the OHL. So once you see him play in the OHL, then you look at maybe one full year in the OHL, and then maybe next year we can look at each and every of these players and then talk about that. I think it's a little too early to do that when it comes to projects or anything. I think for them is just to adjust to the OHL in the first year and then just take it from there.
Take the next step.
Yeah. You can't get carried away, man.
I would say 6'7", man. That's big.
Yeah. Nuts, man. For a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're watching him play, you're just like, I think you're in the wrong league, bud.
Yeah.
Overall, I think the team's just gonna bet on the frame, and then fill out.
Add to it.
Yeah, add to it. So be very interesting to see where he goes. And so I was typically only talking about maybe doing the top 5, but then I saw number 6, Kash Kawaja, right? 15, 6 foot, 185 pounds, so good size. But this kid is crafty, man. If I have to say, deception wise, he plays for the Toronto Junior Canadiens, right? Under 16 AAA team. So this team already they already have such a huge a history of creating great players. And he's one of their best players. 28 goals, 35 assists, 63 points in 31 games. He had 3 goals, 10 assists in 7 OHL Cup games. So yeah, watch him.
I'm just waiting for the side.
Yeah, this kid, he could read the play very quick. Just pressure wise, he could open the ice for other players. His hands are unbelievable, man. The way he moves. He is very good. Same thing, plays every situation, logs huge minutes. And that's on a team that's a very successful team as well, right? defenders actually get worried about this guy when they're going 1-on-1.
Oh, geez, look at the shootout moves.
Yeah. You saw that, right?
Very shifty.
Yeah. Just even 1-on-1 with defenders, they just back off because they don't know which way he's gonna go.
Go and just give him the space,
They
right?
give him the space, and then even when they're focused on him, his teammates open up, and then he just passes the puck and creates a play. Very crafty kid. Like if I have to give a comparable with this guy, so this guy's a little harder to be like, put a comparable. I think with the craftiness and opening the play up, you could say like a little bit like Jack Hughes. But then when you want to talk about like the edge work and the way he moves, I'll say like Kaprizov. Like it's just it seems like he's building his own path, but like the way he plays is very good. Yeah. But yeah, his coaches are trusting him in every situation. Right. So for the team that he's playing for, that's
pretty good because they have a really good team.
A really good team. Oh, I think with him, it's just more of like as the game goes on, sometimes in the third period, he starts what the scouts have been saying, like sometimes dips a little bit, like consistency, right? And then skating efficiency. Sometimes it just seems like he's gone. Sometimes he's not. So I think as he starts maturing up, he will start understanding more how to use his body when, right?
Yeah,
or
use
just
energy.
the energy and everything. Yeah, just consistent shift to shift impact. Like he just needs to work on the OHL. I don't think that's a hard thing to improve on.
No, 100%.
Yeah. If that's the
gripes to his game. Yeah,
if that is the thing that needs to work on, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Because he could definitely elevate his game further. I'm from a lot of the kids. I'm looking at this kid. I think he's going to be exceptional. You're definitely going to see something with him. He also won the GTHL award, Player of the Year award this year. So the guys who won this was Shane Wright, John Tavares, and Connor McDavid. So and he's in one of those same category, just winning them. So look out for this kid, man.
No, kind of excited. I'm excited for all these kids, right?
Yeah,
it'll be kind of interesting to see where they go.
Yeah. So as we said, next June 12th.
Yeah,
it's Friday and Saturday. We're gonna be in Kingston to watch the draft.
Go check it out.
Enjoy and see how everything goes, and then hopefully we have more to talk about because by then they will be drafted.
Yeah, hopefully we meet a couple of these guys.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we're just gonna if we bump into somebody, great.
Yeah.
But if any of these kids or anybody else wants to, maybe one day in the future interview or anything, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Right.
Even
just follow their journey. It's cool.
Cool.
Just
yeah.
to see how it goes.
Especially when you start watching them like super early.
Yeah.
And seeing where they go.
And we're like, oh yeah, I remember talking about this kid. Like we were talking about this, and he improved on this. Wow, he's grown a lot. That's
like
awesome.
I say, it's a journey for them, but also like a little bit for us too, right? Kind of seeing where they go and stuff like that too. So.